Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Ascension Messages. My name is Bobbie Richardson. I am a bit late this morning, honestly. I slept in. You can kind of tell by my eyes. I'm like half asleep, so sorry. And that's okay, though, because it happens, and I obviously needed it. So today we're doing a general reading and free Chatbar readings as well. And I do have a message from yesterday, which is I'll bring up. And that was to do with soul's purpose. And then, yeah, so let's get into this. I will pull a few general cards. Let me just think what they said yesterday. So what they said yesterday was the soul supports us, it knows how to support us. The mind learns how to support us. And just in that one small little statement that they told me, all of this information come rushing through. If you really think about it, we've been told, you know, we don't really have a soul. It's not existing. Well, people in the past have. I'm sure it's all coming up for all the spiritual people now. Of course we do. But humanity's been programmed to thinking that we don't have a connection to our soul, and yet our soul is the thing that actually supports us. Our mind learns how to support us. So when we don't have that connection to our soul to support us, what does that leave us open to? It leaves us open to somebody else reprogramming or programming our mind to only support us to a certain limit. And when we're only supported to a certain limit, the people that have been programming us or the beings or whatever have had that upper level on over us. So this whole journey that we're going on right now, this big ascension, this awake now, or we are awakening now, is coming, and it can only bring through the information for us through our intuition and our imagination and a knowing. It's a knowing. It's not from a learning. The mind is the only thing that learns, because the mind has to learn how to be able to handle this reality, how to be able to handle our bodies. It's why a baby still has to learn how to use its little body, and why children, you know, things will fall and they will fall and stuff like that, because they need to learn how to use their body. I know my youngest, you know, she really didn't even understand that she could put her hand through a cup. You know, she would be flicking things off the table, and I literally had to put her hand on the cup to get her to understand that there's a physical object there, because her soul understood that from a previous life that she possibly could have put her hand through that physical object. She would never be in trouble of tipping over a cup of coffee, I suppose. So this whole lesson that we're going through is to understand that our mind has been learning all this time how to support us in a physical body. And when we've been taught through schooling systems that there's only one winner, that everybody else is a loser, you know, that's how they compete and all of that, you know, that you're not allowed to use your imagination, you're not allowed to use your intuition to guide you, then it really stalemates us into a sad program, system that makes us feel victimized and makes us feel vulnerable and makes us look outside ourselves for more acknowledgement, instead of having a connection or knowing of a connection that we already have, because we are born with that connection. It's kind of taught out of us. Then once we take that connection back to our soul, it knows to support, it knows how to support us. It's just a knowing. And then you can start to guide your life through your intuition, and your feeling of, you know what, they brought out a rule over there, but it doesn't apply to me in my moment right here, right now, because I know I'm coming from my heart and I'm not doing anything that that law applied to, when that law was put in place and applied to somebody who was in a really wrong frame of mind and not coming from their heart. That's why it doesn't work to apply laws over the board, straight over the board for everybody, because it's usually a law is created from a person who's already started from lack, and then they've gone into this big wide world, and they've been stretching and trying to manipulate the outside reality. A law is placed over everybody, and then everybody is stuck in that limited concept of living or of reality, rather than having the freedom to explore through their heart and coming from the right place. It's really interesting. So, hey Sumac, hey Free Speech. Sorry I was a bit late today. I said I was going to be between 7 and 8 on my YouTube, and I'm not. I was a bit late. I woke up and realized it was 7 o'clock on my phone, and went, oh my God, okay. We'll just go with this. So yeah, I'm still waking up, which is kind of a good thing, because I'm in between place myself. When I just wake up, I get a lot of messages. So we'll use it. But the only other thing is my eyes are like half masked. I mean, I am 54. They don't really wake up for another hour. So yeah. So good to see you guys, though. I will have to set an alarm. I don't usually set alarms. That's the problem. I usually trust that I'll wake up, but it's getting winter here. It's getting cold, and I've noticed just this last 2 weeks I've started waking up a little later than normal. Usually I wake up at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm off to working on my videos and so forth. So I have started the next Stepping Through a Porthole video. It's feeling a lot different to the last one. They rushed in and gave me all this information and a dream as well. And then I pulled back because they rushed in straight after I put the Palladium video on. And I said, hang on, I need a break. And now I'm feeling good for them to come back again. I'm still waiting for the messages to come through, and I want it to be very authentic. So I'm not going to push, just let it happen. But in the meantime, I've created a few pictures, a few images anyway, of what I know. And I'm also studying up about what they told me about the wisdom, because they're a lot more... let's call it quantum physicsy. They're a lot more into the sacred geometry, so it's really interesting. Okay, general reading though. Let's get into this general reading for this week. And as soon as I said that, one card popped out. I might have a sip of a cup of tea every now and then too, because I usually have a tea before I start, but I've got it here. Oh, good. So let's see what's for this week. Yeah, it's a really powerful statement that they said. The soul knows how to support. The mind learns how to support. When you ignore the soul, you're very wide open to learning to be vulnerable. Okay. Messages for this week. Okay, a few of them fell. Oh, she came out last week. That's interesting. We do have similar cards. Okay, the right side. Right side. Okay. So she actually came out last week. That's that wish coming true again. So we're definitely on the right path to creating a magical life here. And this week, I can see quite a few of us that are really stepping in our power and just allowing things to come. We'll start to get these gifts coming up. So we've got also the Queen of Wands next to her. So there's a power in this. It's us taking our power back. They're saying we're when we stand in our rightful power, and this can happen in any given moment where we just feel into the power of who we are, when we start doing that in that moment, we give clarity, we give a clear vibration out to the world, out to our reality, that in that moment we can handle whatever messages, whatever intuitive guide, whatever answer we want to come to us. And with that comes these blessings. So with us stepping in our power and in the moment, I mean, what happens with me is I'll have sporadic moments of, oh my God, I really feel like I'm empowered right now. I feel like I'm in my power. And then it would be like, you know, an hour later after I got this big download and this information and all of that, and I've really felt into my soul merging with myself and this story and all of that, and I'm just in the present moment of feeling the power of who I am and all my lives that I've been through. Then all of a sudden it's a clear vessel for all this information to come through. And then, yeah, an hour later, I will be like, okay, I've got to, you know, make my bed, or I've got to drive to the shops and get some groceries. And then you're in that moment and you're living this story again. And it's like a allowance, but slowly the soul's presence of who you know you are and the power of that will come in when's necessary. Like, for instance, if you need to stand up for yourself and hold that presence when you do so, or it will start to just merge in with your reality as well, and you become that in this reality. So even though you're going to go to, you know, the grocery shop, you're still feeling that empowerment. And there's this shift that's happening like that. And it is, they said it started last week, but it's carrying on for quite a wee while coming up. So just keep feeling into that presence of who you know and the power of who you are. You are not, they're also bringing up, please don't see it as a grandeur thing where false illusions of a psychotic person would be in grandeur, but that's false illusions of really feeling like they need to control everything outside themselves. This is an inner journey. It's an inner knowing, and it feels good. It feels powerful, and it's not like you're going to go out to the world and go, well, I am all it, so that means I have to control everyone. When you start taking your soul back, you start to also realize that everybody else outside you is that too, that everyone is a mirror reflection of who you are. And so you have a sensibility about it where everybody is part of the story, and anyone that is in your reality is part of who you are. It's like your body isn't the end of your soul. It is everyone that's in your reality in that given moment. So you would never think of yourself like the finger would never think of itself as any better than the thumb, sort of thing. So there's, even though it's a empowerment, it's not like a psychotic grandeur feeling where they just think that they are everything and they are better than everyone and everyone should be controlled by them. That is a totally different that's coming from lack, and it's coming, yeah, and that's a lot of people who have been in charge in this reality, and humanity's reality has been leading from that grandeur kind of a scenario, to tell you the truth. So bringing it back to empowerment from ourselves and our soul, it comes from the heart. It's a knowing that all is love, and it gives you beauty everywhere. It brings abundance to your life. So this is the journey that we're on at the moment. Carrying on from last week, you know, I do weekly readings, but the energy is still around us. And they said from the eclipse, it came from that. It's still carrying on. So, hey, good to see everybody. Avisha, Robin, Paula, good to see you guys. JP. Yannicka, nice. Okay, so next card that we got for the general reading is the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is really knowing what you're, where you're going, and you are going, and you have got a direction, a very main direction, and you're now starting to understand you can have, when you have a direct direction of where you want to go. And that is another thing they're saying is, if you don't have a direct direction of where you want to go, it will be coming for you. But keep on feeling that powerful essence within yourself, and the direction and where you're going is going to ignite. When that happens, it's like there's nothing that can hold you back. Like, it's very intense, and you go straight towards that goal, because it doesn't matter anymore what other people think and what you're doing. You just know, and there's no fear, there's no the nerves will start to fall away, because nerves really come from how's everybody else going to react towards us. But when you know who you are, and you're standing in that blissful feeling of the empowerment, then when you have created a definite path towards something through the Eight of Wands, the nerves fall away as well. So it's a lot easier just to go straight to that, because the next card that we got is the World, which is change. We are changing the world, but we're not just changing the world, we're changing our reality. Now, they did bring up with me again this week to bring up that this is a very hard concept for humanity to grasp, but each and has our own unique reality and our own unique world, and uniqueness of who we are, without the program of following everything else that everyone else is telling us that we have to do. We can do that just specifically through coming back to the realization that source energy sees and experiences through us, and that we are our own unique world, and that in itself is of way higher command of any law or anything like that. I'm not saying that you go out and break all the rules and the laws, because you've got to remember that you are working with what's outside of you. But when you start to step into this power, those things will slowly start to fall away. And that is what's happening with humanity too. The more that we step up into our power, the more in our reality, in your reality, in my reality, in my existence, in your existence, it starts to fall away. We don't necessarily have to get out our batons and our swords and cut away and force it to fall away. We just stand in the essence of who we are and say, we're creating our own reality now. Thank you. Goodbye. I don't need to listen to all of the backwash of the fighting that's going on outside of myself. Now I'm creating a peaceful reality, and it starts to fall away just naturally, because you're not giving it the attention that you used to give it. So that's the World card. It really coming back to the fact that you are the world, you are reality, and you are creating it. Just imagine, trying to describe this is not that easy, but imagine that you are the only one that exists. And it sounds very grandeur, I know, but imagine that you're the only one who exists, and all of this that's outside of you, all of the governments and everything that's happened, the people, the families, everyone is part of your reality that you're living, so that you've created. So when you bring it back to yourself and go, whoa, I'm the creator of my reality, because source energy is, and source energy resides through you. So you are living in that creation, plus you are that creation, you are the creator. So you're both. So when you start to take control of the fact that you are creator, then instead you wouldn't want to go out and fight everything that's happening out there, because you know that's going to give more attention to that, more focus. It's going to fuel it. It's more to do with standing in the power of essence of who you are, and where do you really want to go now? What kind of adventure do you want? What sort of thing would you love to see in your world, come up in your world? It's slowly we're taking this back. They're going to keep bringing this up because even I'm integrating this message that they're bringing in. I can feel it, I understand it, but to speak it out, it's one of those difficult ones to put into words for understanding. I'm sure some of you will understand it, but we'll go with this anyway. So, hey Malcolm, hi Shanti, good to see you guys. Hey Margaret, my happy little family. So good. Now I'm just going to, actually I should have probably left them out because I was going to just pull a couple more cards on those, but I think I can remember them. Give me a moment. I'm going to have a sip of tea because, like I said, I was late this morning and didn't get my tea. Sorry, it's a bit rude, but it is what it is, right? Okay, let's see what these smaller cards have to say. And I want to just pull out a couple of oracle cards because I haven't done oracle cards for a while. Kind of get into my tarot. Let's see what energies are helping us. Energies are helping us. Energies are helping us understand. So we have two cards came out with the clarifiers. We have the Four of Pentacles. So we're still feeling like we need to do this. It's kind of like keeping ourselves safe, making sure that all our little ducks are in a row. And it's okay if you're feeling you're still in a hermit kind of a stage. It's okay if you're feeling like you need to just make sure that everything's safe for you. Just go with that. It will start to clear the more power that you start to feel into when you start to bring in your soul and your soul lineage and remember the power of that. And the chalice, the Lover's card came out in reverse. So choices to be made are still to be made. Something's still coming up. It's still to come. Don't even though these are clarifiers of the last cards that I actually shuffled back into the pack. Sorry guys. So even though there's an intensity with the Eight of Wands and that wish fulfilled and all of that, these things are still to come. So don't panic yet. Like if you don't feel like you've got them in your reality, I'm seeing the crack in the door. I'm starting to see my reality is starting to become, all my wishes are starting to become true. It's just the cracks just starting for me. But I'm usually a little bit one step ahead in that respect because, I get the messages, give them to others and so forth. Not on every occasion. Sometimes other people are more ahead than me, but on this sort of thing I am. So the other clarifier for the oracle card is the ruby star flow. I embody my authentic sensual essence. So see, this is the one that I pulled out to say what's supporting us, what kind of energies are supporting us. See how she's saying, I embody my authentic and sensual essences. So really coming back to our authentic self. Who am I as my authentic self? Who am I when I integrate my soul into me? What does that feel like? And I can tell you how it feels. It's if you use your imagination to imagine the most incredible, powerful person walking off a spacecraft in front of you, and some benevolent ET walked off a craft in front of you, and how powerful they are. That what you can imagine of them is who you are. That because you cannot imagine anything outside of yourself that isn't already within you. So that in itself is who you are, the essence of who you are. So we're bringing that through. We're slowly bringing that essence through and recognizing that we're creator of everything. Everyone in our reality is filling the gap of that creation. And so they are part of who we are in that moment. We would never hurt another because we would never hurt ourselves. and we would then have the power and intensity to be able to step into what really makes us, not just our physical body, not just our mind happy, but also our soul happy to be here. That means that they said that that's how we prolong life. That's how life will stretch out and we live here longer as well, because the soul wants to, because it's feeling happy being here on earth and living that life that it's feeling a yearning to live. Yeah. So I will get into some small readings for people now. I'll put these ones aside and give myself some space. So whoever wants a reading, a small Chatbar reading, I just say yay. Yes, please, yes, please. So Shani, yes, we are taking a trip out back. Absolutely. JPEG, lovely. Sumac, yes, please. Sumac. And then Paula, yay, come for me. Show that one. So very cool. Okay, so I'm just going to go one at a time, because you know me, when I'm in my right brain, my memory, I have to live in that moment. So we're going Sumac. Yeah, Sumac, message for Sumac. Yeah, I'm still waking up. Sumac. It's good for channeled messages, though, I have to admit. Sumac. So I hope you guys loved my making of the Pleiades video. It was pretty eye-opener for myself. If you go and look at the it was really interesting what came up about. I thought it was like a Quebec or something like that. It was where these animals energies were held in statues. It was called Göbekli Tepe is what it was called, because straight after that, and I channeled that word through, they straight away led me to the video. And way back in the day when they were bringing animals through to Gaia and leaving them here, they had to hold their energy in a statue. And that wasn't the statue, it was coded with certain vibrational code that Gaia could read through the stone, and then have open it like a vortex for the energy of that animal to come here and be present until they grounded themselves enough to actually live here. It was really interesting. And then they took me straight to that video. They literally discovered these statues with animals on them. Yeah, so there, if you look on the comments of the making of Pleiades, that was their message that came through for the animals. And you'll see the link, so you can go through that. Okay, for Sumac, we have the Palace of Cups. This is lovely. Okay, and we have Death. So very interesting. Sumac, you have an emotional yearning to create the reality that you desire, that you want. I think you even know what that is, what you're looking for, what you're feeling into. You're starting to understand, and it's only when we actually know what it is that we start to move towards it. But to move towards this emotional, beautiful place, physical place on Gaia and on Earth with you in your body, You have to let go of some things. So there will be some things that will die and fall away from you. Another one of those lovely little journeys where things just start falling away. Just allow them to do it. It won't necessarily be a horrible thing, because you now know with intensity, kind of thing, with the 8 of Wands that came out for the general, where you're going. But whenever we have an indication of knowing where we're going, things that don't serve that will start to fall away. So it might feel like you're going through a bit of a death within yourself. Just go through the process and allow it to happen. If you have to purge, allow the emotions to come up, to bottle up to the surface, cry them out, do what you need to do. If I ever feel that, I'll sit in the shower and really feel into, wish I had a bath, but I don't, really feel into those emotions and bring them up, because they will start to show you where you lacked in support of yourself in the past for you not to have this. So that you can have this now, because you take that support back. So there'll be these mini deaths. They're telling me mini deaths, like there's a few of them. It's not going to be one big, oh my God. It's like these little sporadic moments. Just follow them and allow the emotions to come up, or allow the whatever it needs to do to fall away from your reality, whether it be a physical person or an actual feeling within you of understanding, fall away, because it's, where you're going, and that's the most important thing. One of the first things that my guides did with me was, it would have been 20 years ago now. They gave me a dream of our future, of what humanity's potential could be. And when I was there, my mind was completely clear, and there was telepathy, there was telekinesis, there was everything. It was the most beautiful, lived up on a mountain. It was just gorgeous, very vivid colors. That gave me clarity. That gave me this. Then I understood where I was going. So then the next 20 years, I went on this long journey. We were still in the very lower vibrations then, so it took me a lot longer. Now we're in faster vibrations, and we're in a clearing vibrations, so that we can use these vibrations to literally clear ourselves, to bring us to this reality now. So it's coming a lot faster. So just allow the deaths and that to happen for you this week. Okay. Yeah. Who else have we got? Yes. Take your power back. I don't know whether I'm going to go back. Paula, hang on. Just let me sip a cup of tea in the middle. Paula, yeah, 2 cards that just flew out. So that was very fast. There's a lot of positivity coming for you, Paula, like a lot of greatness happening within your realities coming. But also in reverse was the 9 of Wands. So you've it was in reverse. So put down, it's like, because the 9 of Wands in upright is to do with, okay, I understand where I was holding on to everything. I'm ready to now put all of the fights down and take my one staff and start, go through into the Ace of Wands eventually. You go through the 10 of Wands, and then you go into the Ace of Wands, and start again. So you're like evaluating. So when it's upside down, they're asking you to evaluate how far you've come, in this reality at the moment, because when you evaluate how far you come, then you can celebrate for how far you've come. And it's in those moments of taking the celebrations back that ignite more celebrations, and it shifts you very quickly towards even more things to celebrate. So I suppose this week for you is a week of gratitude and being thankful. So that was for Paula. Okay. JP. Cards are flying out. That's So we have the King of Coins in reverse. So King of Coins is this, if it's in reverse for me, I'm feeling this is a yearning of yours to be empowered financially. Okay. Yeah, empowered financially. You might end up unifying with someone that gifts you that. Like you might literally find somebody else, a partner, that your partner might step up to the plate, or find a partner relationship that might be able to grow, and it will, because then the next card was the Five of Coins in reverse, which is feeling left out. And left out of abundance in this physical world, but it's in reverse, right? So now you're starting to see you're no longer left out. You have now an opportunity coming to you where you're no longer left out. You have a union coming, and it's going to help you step into the power of the King of Coins, the King of Abundance, for this week for you. So it was JP. Malcolm. Yay. Robin, yay. Malcolm. Malcolm. Whoops. So Malcolm, we've got the 10 of Cups in reverse and the Tower. So okay, 10 of Cups in reverse. This is the most beautiful card ever. And even though it's in reverse, I still see abundance coming your way, but it's still coming. If it was upright, I would say it's definitely coming this week, but it's in reverse. So there's still probably some more time for that to happen. But this is where you're going. So 10 of Cups is like almost the best bringing card in the tarot deck, as in abundance on earth and living with beautiful family, beautiful everything, feeling your heart's desires filled and everything. In reverse, I feel it's still coming. So you still got a yearning for it. You're still wanting it to happen. The Tower card came up. So you might have something in your reality that's falling away from you very quick, where you're jumping off the tower and you're just going, you know what, I kind of know where I'm going now, to the 10 of Cups. But then you didn't really take the step. So the universe comes along and makes you take the step. Now you have to fall. Now you have to take a plunge into something. Now you have to free yourself from the burden that you were probably heart-filled, latching onto through your heart, but it wasn't serving you. So you're now... it's like the universe has released you from the heart burden of staying in something that wasn't serving you, so that you could literally find your 10 of Cups. So that's for you, Malcolm. Robin. Oh my God, they're just falling out. It's really good. It's making it easier to go through everybody faster too. So we have the Knight of Wands for you, Robin. And we have the 8 of Wands. Robin, so we have a real push towards your goals here, like a real, I know where I'm going to go. I know what I'm going to do. Like you're sitting there on the horse in determination. There's might be some sort of feeling of fire through this though. Like I need the passion that you have towards this goal might feel a little almost uncomfortable, because maybe you're not used to being the one that really fires forward. You've probably in your life seen people that have fired forward, you know, that have really taken their passion and their desire and just gone for it, and who cares, you know, that's what they're doing, and you've admired them, but you've never really sat in the seat of this, and now you are. It's like you know where you're going. The 8 of Wands has come up next as well, so it's really, see how they're like, I know where I'm going up there, and I'm firing ahead. Very fiery feeling around you this week, of just determination and passion and desire and wanting to do what you need to do. And please go with it. the King of Cups came up in reverse for you as well. So emotional, I think it was the King of Pentacles, King in reverse again anyway. King of Cups, though, is more of an emotional, taking responsibility for your emotions. They're bringing me to the feeling of when I had to figure out, like I was at one stage in my life getting angry because my older sister used to get quite angry, and she used to get her way. So I tried that for a while and getting angry. And then I realized I got myself into a loop, into a pattern of being fiery, but not using it for the wrong, using it to control outside of myself and not using it for passion and desire. They're asking you to fulfill, you will end up fulfilling your King of Cups, in other words, the emotional stability of yourself, when you bring all of that fire into allowing it to become direct passion towards your desired goals, instead of using it to just like control someone outside of you because you're feeling like you're vulnerable, and that does tend to happen when we don't stand in our power, but we admire others who do, because we're trying to work out how to use it. I've gone through that same lesson myself. You're just trying to work out how to use the fire for the benefit of you, rather than, you can't suppress it because it is within you. So that's a no-go zone. I tried suppressing, it doesn't work. It literally bleeds out into annoying other people. So it's more figuring out how to use that passion and desire that you have, because you've got somewhere you want to really go. Yeah, it's very cool. JPEG, yes, I love the video. Ah, cool. So glad. Okay. I missed, who did I miss? I just saw someone saying, I missed you. You missed me. Damn. Suman? Shanti. Shanti, I missed Shanti. Sorry, Shanti. Ace of Swords came out for you. Just flew out. Shanti. Actually, Shanti, sorry about that, but it actually had blocked it. Like I don't know why. The chat bar had said, do you want this to be shown or not? And so I had to click on it to see what you were saying. Shanti. So yeah, I wasn't doing it on purpose or anything. Shanti. Shanti, we have the Ace of Swords. So an intelligence, there's something within you that's starting anew with the way that you're thinking. It's your mind and how you're feeling, like how you're, thinking, and your intelligence is going to drive you to some other new opportunity. It's like a whole new game in your mind, where you're starting to see the value in letting go of everything that how you thought the process of your mind would work in the past, and allowing something new to flourish, so that you start to observe your life through new eyes. They're telling me. The Knight of Coins in reverse. So Knight of Coins is like a new, sorry, I'm just feeling into this one, because it's always moving forwards with knights, and coins is to do with abundance in the physical way. So moving forward in a physical way is in reverse. You might just need to be able to integrate this new way. You might just need to hold back on physically tackling anything at the moment, and that's okay. It's like a whole new switch is happening with you. It's starting this week, or it started last week, and it's something to do with the eclipse as well. Okay, so let's go into the next person. That was Shanti. Brilliant. Thank you. You're welcome, Malcolm. Hey, everyone. Good to see you. Hey, Rita. Good to see you too. Good morning, Bobby. Oh, my God. So many messages here. I'm having a hard time deciding whether or not to sell my house and move to Queensland. Really appreciate to see what your cards will say, Donna. Okay, no worries. Let's do this. So, Donna, hard time. Yeah, see, you are having a hard time. It's the Five of Cups in reverse, though. Okay, opportunity coming. So you're seeing a new opportunity because this is in reverse. When it's upright, the lady will be looking at these Three of Cups and going, oh, God, I'm so over all this crap that's happened in my life. But because it's in reverse, to me, she is just starting to see an opportunity coming. And then the Knight of Swords in reverse. So see how many of these are in reverse. I can see how much of a hard time you're having here because Knight of Swords is absolutely 100% knowing what you're doing in your mind. Okay, they're telling me with this card that whatever you do decide, you do it with a 100% conviction. Just go, sometimes when we have a decision and we say we don't know which way to go, it actually isn't which way to go. It is actually doing whatever you're going to do with 100% conviction is more important than the actual choice that you take. Because whatever you take with 100% conviction, whether you decide to stay where you are or whether you decide to go, means that your end result is going to be the essence of what you're really desiring, which is feeling at home within your reality and your environment and feeling safe. So that's why whatever you do decide to do, most important thing is to do it with 100% conviction. Yes, I am moving and that is it. And I know what I'm doing and it is right. Someone is going to come up to you then and they're going to go, are you sure? Are you sure you're right? And then you need to stand in your power and go, yes, I'm absolutely sure. We're staying here or we're leaving. The next card that got was Death. So I'm actually thinking you're probably going to leave. You're probably going to leave behind something because there's a Death card and you probably are going to move into something new. Sometimes it's easier to move into a new place too or new location because you really do feel like not only an inner journey of clearing everything and letting it go and leaving it behind and that death happening, that death feeling happening so that you can reopen a whole new space. It gives you a feeling when you move to somewhere else of, wow, I'm in a new place. That means new friends, new everything. I can be a different person to what I was in the past. So I hope that helps clear some things up for you there, Donna. Shanti, I don't know. Every time when you speak on this, it comes up with show or hide, and I have to show your message. That's interesting. Interesting. So where am I? I might have missed some people. Sorry if I do. Jess, have a great day, everyone. I will have a great day. Paul wants a card too. So. Paul. Yeah, thank you. Paul, I think you've gone through a bit of heartache recently. Okay. Paul, you've gone through some heartache. This Three of Swords is always meaning that something's just got to your heart and you've just had to, oh my God, that sort of feeling like, yeah. But in that, because that happened or because that is happening, you have the Ten of Coins as the next card. This is what you truly desire. You truly desire all the abundance that you wish to have. So sometimes when we are hurt by another, it's because we haven't been standing in our own power of self-support, and that's showing you where you're not standing in your power of self-support. So we go through a wound of someone attacking us because we're literally been in the past attacking ourselves and not respecting who we are and putting up with way too much. And not, there's a power within you, that a desire of your soul that wants to become more. And because your soul wants to become more, it needs to show you where you've been not respecting you as your sovereign self, as your authentic self. And so outside might end up attacking. So you might have gone through some sort of hoo-ha, but the great thing is it's going to bring you your 10 of Pentacles. So even though you might have to go through some healing after that and really hermitize yourself and feel into who you are, use this to see where you were lacking, to see where you weren't supporting who you were, because that person might be attacking your it could be something to do with work or anything like that, and if they did, or your emotional stability, because you're not standing in your power of who you are. Shanti, yeah, it's still blocking. Show, hide, show. Okay. They're blocking me. Nothing will stop what's coming. Ha ha ha. That's funny. Okay. Who else was there? There was someone after. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out who else. It was someone else I was going to read for. Now it's so much feeling. Very cool. Okay, so any case, I do intuitive readings, and you can go on my links down below, takes you to my website, and then just book a appointment with me and I'll do an intuitive reading. So that's all open at the moment. And I also am author illustrator of 2 books. That's on Etsy, New Earth Products, it's called. 2 children's books. They are to open their imagination and teach them about their right hemisphere. It takes them on an amazing journey. It's really cool. And fortune dice that I've created as well, which look like this. We have the 2 dice. I haven't even used these today. Usually I use them. But yeah, maybe because I just woke up and then jumped onto this. I'm just like, whoa, in this space of between worlds at the moment. You're very welcome, Paul. Guardian. I feel like I was like cards were spilling out for somebody, and then I saw your name. So I'm going to take these cards, even though I shuffled them and they spelled out before I saw your name. So Guardian, we have the 9 of Wands. So standing in that, and like looking in that gratitude of how far you've come. And then you've also got the 7 of Cups, but it's in reverse. Even though you're looking at how far you've come, there's a choice for you, and I think you're going to know the choice to make. There's all these choices around you. You could take any one of them, but as long as you do it with conviction, it would lead you to the same place. But there's one of these choices that's going to be a much more funner journey, a much more exciting journey. And I think you have already got feeling, because it's in reverse, of what that choice might be. So they're asking you to listen to your intuition. You've come so far. You didn't listen to your intuition in the past. You had to fight your way through your reality. But now they're asking you to take the stand, the staff of intuition, and use it to guide you so that you can make the right choice. There's something in you that has a gut feeling. Other people might not agree with you. Who cares? It's your life. It's your reality you're creating here. And that's what means more. And in any case, you'll show them through that choice and that decision that it was the right one, because you're following your soul and your gut. So that's for that. Okay, guys, I will leave it here. Thank you so much. I'm working on the new Stepping Through a Portal, which is going through to the Arcturians. I just created the making of the Pleiades portal and the Pleiades portal. If you want to go online and see on my YouTube, my messages there. I will also probably start to do some more informational messages coming through because there's a lot going on. But I've had a bit of a break from those because I've been so into the Palladian energy when I was making that. Yeah, and also they're just initiations. So we're going to go through all those places again. So we've got the Elemental World portal, the Future Earth portal, the Palladian portal, and now the Arcturian that's coming. And then we've got a couple more, and then I have a feeling we're going to go loop round again because that's just the initiation. Then we're going to go through and get even more juicier stuff from those places. So I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing for free, bringing you all these messages and doing the work as much as I possibly can. I also have something else coming up for me as well because Kevin Moore has been in contact with me from the Kevin Moore Show. So he's starting up a whole brand new thing, which is Channelers as a news event. He's creating a news channeling news a program and wants me to be a part of that. So much fun things coming in for us to step into, but I'll always be doing whatever I'm guided to do to help you guys to get these messages through so that we can step into creating this juicy, new, awesome, exciting world that we are creating now. So very cool. Love you guys heaps. Bye.